On this interview, I interviewed two people at one time. Here's the first part.
I work at a medical supply company, pretty big company. It was a point in time, like I've been there at this point, probably going on a little over 6 years. I was like that company's go-to person. Like I'm always the one that's, helping. New hires come in, I'm helping. And so I decided to apply for a team lead position twice. And the first time I just knew I had it. I'm like, I got it. Like,
You knew you had it in the bag.
yeah, like everybody was rooting for me. A couple of the managers, like, there's no way you shouldn't get it. I put my Sunday's best on the day, like, they was going to tell you if you got it or not. And boy, was I sad. I ain't gonna lie, I cried the first time I ain't get it. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't for me. Because sometimes some stuff just ain't for you. And then, not too long after, they had posted the position again, hiring another team lead. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't going to apply. Like, everybody was on my heels, like, I think you should apply, I think you should apply. And I'm like, man, I went through it the first time. Like, I thought I had it. I just knew, I felt it. And, I did a lot. I worked hard. It wasn't like it would be something they would be handing it to me. I literally worked hard. And, of course, both of the people that did get it not eventually, but they were Caucasian. And so the second time when I applied, I'm like, okay, I got this. They told me, they told me the reason I didn't get it because when I submitted my resume, I didn't have any manager experience, and the girl that did get it, she was a manager before at McDonald's. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I did have manager experience. That was back like 10 years ago, but who's putting something on their resume from 10 years ago that's going to, I guess, benefit me now. And so I'm like, that's the reason y'all telling me I didn't get it. So at that point, I got people coming to my desk, I need help. And like I said, I was that go-to person. So
you was the manager, basically.
Really, I just wasn't getting, to be honest with you, I wasn't getting paid for what I did. So I'm like, man, I got people come to me. So once they gave her the position, at that very moment, I told myself, I'm like, well, if y'all not going to pay me for pretty much what I already was doing, which is why I applied, then, y'all need to go to the person that y'all helped. And so they pulled me to the side, like, we think you should still help the new girl out because she doesn't know as much as you. Well, y'all hired her for a reason. Obviously, she knew more than me, so y'all hired her for a reason. So even my friends, I had to cut them off, and I had to tell them, it's nothing against y'all, but y'all not about to use me when y'all should have picked me the first time when I applied. And so I do feel like it was racist, to be honest with you, because I had all the qualifications. Like, you can't tell me because I didn't put that I used to be a manager at a company before, assistant manager at a company before that's why I didn't get the position. Man.
So you cried the second time too, or you just like, fuck me?
You know what? I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't even cry the second time. I was like, oh, okay. I think I, if you want to say, fought back with kindness or roughness, whatever you want to say, because they was looking like, man, you really not about to help these people? No, I'm not. I used to tell them, like, and she would be right there, like, sitting right next to my desk. I'm like, no, y'all got a team lead now. Y'all got to go to her. Or, the supervisor right there, y'all got to go to ask her. Yeah. I was knowing stuff more than the supervisors was, doing their job pretty much better than they was, knowing answers, because, like I said, I've been there for a long time. It will be supervisors that just came through the door still learning the company. And you got me who been, seasoned veteran, and no, y'all not about to use me.
So what wound up happening? Did you quit or what?
You know what, to be honest, I'm still with the company. I just mind my own business.
Okay.
I used to contemplate every day. So let me tell you, when I first started the job, I would come in every day for work, but at the same time, like, people walk past my desk like, why you on Indeed? I'm like, cuz I'm trying to find me a job. Like, I ain't trying to be here. Like, they ain't paying too much.
Indeed at work?
Yes. Damn. Some supervisors will walk past like, you on Indeed? I'm like, yeah. I mean, nothing against y'all, but I mean, I'm trying to get the money.
This on your lunch break or like on the clock?
The clock. Like, I was at work while I was at work. Like, working while I'm at work, But I was a good multitasker. I could answer my phones, type in orders, and still be on Indeed all at the same time. Like, I was going on job interviews on my lunch break. I'm not even gonna lie.
You work for this company and shit. Damn, son.
But I had to, like, kind of weigh my options with the other jobs that I was getting, because, of course, the pay was more, but then there was other stuff that, was kind of like a downfall. And I'm like, man, sometimes the money sound good, but it's not worth it, because at the same time I could make up maybe working overtime or this, that, and the third, instead of just taking something that's going to F me up in the long run. But at the end of the day, I am still with the company like 6.5 years later. But I do make, the money that I wanted to make. So I feel like maybe at the end of the day that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. So now I have a new side hustle. I'm starting to do nails. Come get at me, the nail junkie.
Doing nails. Here's the second part right here.
I work for a trash company, garbage company.
Okay.
Been there about 4 years, and there's a supervisor there. She's just like real particular about everything. So if you go to the break, like our breaks are 15-minute, lunches is 15 minutes, just the regular, standard break and lunch schedule. So if anybody ever went over okay, well, you were in the bathroom for 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 seconds. If you went over that 15-minute mark, because you got to kind of clock yourself out on the computer or whatever, or put yourself in break or lunch, you get marked with an attendance points, which I think is crazy, because if somebody got something medical going on, or say they got an upset stomach that day, there's no reason why I'm being docked for that. And I'm in the bathroom. It ain't I went to my car, I didn't leave, the building. I'm literally getting pointed
15 seconds. It's real pain.
For real. Even coming in being late, there was not a grace period at first. They didn't care if it was snow outside, piled high. You getting a point for it. If you start at 7 o'clock, you better be there at 6:59. You literally had to be clocked in before 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever your shift was, before the start of your shift, or you getting a point. And I think that's outrageous. In my situation, I had a time where I had took some time off from work. So I was approved for FMLA because I was there for quite some time, and I came back, and my doctor recommended that I needed some additional time off, and they was pretty much oh, well, we need some more medical information. They really wanted to know my business, and I'm no, I've already submitted that to HR. That's not my. I don't feel comfortable telling y'all, what's going on. First of all, they already had it from my FMLA. If my doctor's stating that I need additional time off from work, then that's just what it is. Who are y'all to say that I
saying nothing else about it?
Exactly. Obviously, it's something going on that I need to take this additional time off, and they ended up letting me go, which was probably better because I found a better job, a better position. But I just felt if it was somebody white that would have came in there and said they needed some time off of work, that I just felt the circumstances would have been different, and they still would have been there.
You really feel like that?
I genuinely do. Absolutely. I really do. It was just a lot of stuff that I just felt that the Caucasian people got away with more so than the African Americans there. I feel the pay could have been a little more. We made commission, but the sales reps always made more than we did, and we actually, if we get the call, we got the lead on the dumpsters or whatever it was that they needed for their building, or if they had an event, they might need a garbage can. So if we making the lead, or we get the call, we got the lead. Why is the sales rep, whoever's area it is, why do they get more than the customer service rep? So I thought that was kind of a rip off in a sense, because now it's we making money for the sales rep. They getting money pretty much based off us. You know what I'm saying? So I will say, when it came to hiring for data entry, they didn't have a really big data entry team. They may have maybe 3, maybe 4 people. But I just felt anytime anybody African American applied, they wouldn't get it, versus somebody Caucasian that applied, they would get it, especially people that were more seasoned. It was just there's no way that this newbie is coming in getting it, and it wasn't no. I'm not saying we absolutely had the qualifications. So why is it so one-sided where they're getting in, and what are we doing different, or what is it that you don't like about us that we can't get in and get data entry? It's they always kind of wanted to limit us to customer service. Now we need y'all on the phones, but we want to type up orders and put in orders and stuff. Why can't we do that? What makes us so different from them?